like Red Reserve, they pulled off the rotation mentioned on game 2. There was rotate on the eastern side. They're going to do exactly that. I hope they'll do it a little bit earlier this time, but like definitely they have an easy rotation set up for them. Same for all the other teams on the other side of things. A little bit sad for Goskiller. Once again, they did not go for Mill to Power. They went back over to the drop towards Very Beer / Quarry. So they won't be able to get any easier entry point there. But they got Mortez off Heroes Exodus. Why is he there? Hopefully we'll be able to make it away.
He's just there.
He's just there. He becomes a bush. I'm the bush now.
To become the bush, you must be one with the bush.
The bush sways in the wind. Does he see scouts? Did they get scouted out? Oh, no, he makes it to the other building. That was close.
Yeah, but look, it is still 3 players of Goskilla that are kind of lurking on your doorstep, so to speak. So, with it being similar, with a similar Phase 1 circle, would you expect to see Unicorns a lot to learn from the previous ERANGEL game and basically have 2 in the compound that they could have held on to previously?
Definitely, I don't know. Like, I want to see these 2 teams like really rotate quickly. Like that's my main point of interest. Like, that's what kind of messed them up a little bit last time we were playing on ERANGEL, right? They rotated a little bit too late and they got kind of like gatekeeped by a few of the squads. So I'm just scared for them to overstay their welcome. Sure, loot up as much as you want, but after you need to try and be as efficient as you can on those shifts. G-meters, they're always going to go for Yasnar Poliana and they're going to get all their looting stage done up there in the northern side. And the entry point is going to be, of course, just an absolute given because there are not many teams in the northern side and they can just easily make their way through to a more central position, which is what happened for them last time on ERANGEL. And they did have, somewhat of a good position. Well, actually, somewhat a good position. They were 5th on that game.
Yeah, it is kind of literally copy pasta for this game so far. UDR Killers and Pachinki, Nomad Gaming, Satori is starting to disengage away from Rozhok to do a little bit of scouting for his side. They're not quite going towards the center circle just yet, but they are definitely edging away from Rozhok as early as they did previously, which should hopefully fare good for them. And one staying in around the farm area, separated for now, but they should be able to join up. I wonder if Nomad Gaming will go on to Potato Hill. That's something which we've seen them do in the past. I don't think they should, but it would be a bit of a viable option for Phase 1.
I mean, it's still open for the taking, and no one is going to really drop off course on Potato Hill itself because it's not a valid option. Unicorns of Love, they also like to go around there. That could be still valid for both Unicorns of Love and Nomad Gaming. But I don't think at this stage any team are going to commit to it just yet. Also because not like dead central. If the circle do shift a little bit over to the other side, to the west, it could be valuable. But as I said, Heroes X, very split. Not as a full squad. He sees Alka try to take an opportunity, didn't work out, and he's swiftly going to rotate away. No, okay, I take that back.
Just repositioning, making sure his vehicle is a bit more protected. But
what is he saying?
He's got to know that the whole of UDR Killers are pretty much there. However, the rest of Heroes X are kind of looking to join in to get the cavalry as Alka does survive that grenade being thrown out by Sealam. But Sealam taking a little bit of damage, and Mark from another angle knocks down Heroes X.
That's why I was like, why staying there? You got like Chapel, which is like a very after position. And yeah, definitely, that's the definition of overstaying your welcome. He got a few shots. If he got the knockdown on Alka, that would have been perfect, but he definitely stayed way too long. At least now the rest of the team is going to come up. So they have information the team is going to be in the chapel. That is still really effective for them. The ER Killers, why are they pushing there? They're going for the loot, I believe, but still that's a little bit risky for just like one person's loot, I think.
It is a bit risky, especially because you're actually going more towards the edge of the circle with a few teams on the west, like Goskilla and 121 at Unique.
It's good to rotate,
It'll be a bit risky, but so far so good as Team 5 and NGG. NGG going for an earlier rotation by the west bridge, which means they are coming into contact with Team 5 a little bit earlier on. Grenade being thrown out by Sun HB. Cupid takes a bit of damage, but a counter grenade not quite connecting onto Sun HB. There is keys up on the hill above, can easily punish the members of NGG. And look at Daphne holding the opposite angle. This is not looking good for NGG.
Yeah, because they rotated, unfortunately, a little bit early. You can go for that bridge, but you've got to rotate a lot later. So wait for it to actually start moving towards the circle. They did not do that. Gatekeeping has been put together for Team 5. And now NGG, they have to commit. They can't go back. They can't go through the water. It would be an easy shutdown. And if they commit, they're going to have so many different angles held down by Team 5. This is definitely not an easy fight for them to take. And I don't know if they're going to make it out alive. If I had to say yes or no, I would say no to them.
Yeah, so would I, in fairness. On a side note, you know, a little bit kind of off topic, but Football Estate landed in Novo. That's technically one team that's outside of the mainland. That, in theory, does give a little bit more space in the mainland circle for the teams that are rotating in from the west. Just something to kind of point out.
I think that can be used to their advantage. Also, they can rotate through the bridge. Canada Power, they're really good on gatekeeping that western bridge, but they can also use the boat rotation, which has been working out somehow pretty decently well for a few teams today. But NGG, once again, still in the bad spot. Losing a lot of utility early on. I do have to say a little bit risky, but it seemed like Team 5, they're finally waking up. They've seen the smokes wearing out, and now they can commit because the smokes are out. Let's go over to Unicorns of Love and Nomad Gaming. Going towards Potato Hill on the high ground, a little bit more over to the eastern side. And the fight will be ongoing. Hiran's going to be left alone on the front side. Need Perkman Love to join you up. Can they make the time happen? But no, oh my god, what a great engage from Nicola. Now they're a little bit too spread in the open.
Nice.
That's a great opportunity for Lars and Perks to respond on the engage of Nomad Gaming. The backpack. That one member on the backside, but there's still such a good control from Unicorns of Love. But Hiran will unfortunately be bleeding out as... Look at that.
UDR killers who disengage away from Pachinki have got onto the high ground, looking to possibly third party. Locke is there. Talon is still fully alive, and he has joined up with the rest of the team. So Unicorns of Love, they need this result. They're currently lying in 6th place overall in the standings. They've heavily improved in day 2. They want to keep the momentum. UDR killers, they're actually disengaging into the compound. Then they'll possibly know they're just rotating away. I actually like that from UDR killers.
I like it. I mean, they can taking shots, but Canada Power, they're coming in hot with a backstab. Talon's going to be the first member knocked away. Can they get the flush? It's going to be a little bit harder, but they've got to try and pick up the members. And this is the exact position in the because they're all copy-pasting the position. But I'm surprised that this time they did not go for the compound. They could have gone for earlier. But now Canada Power, of course, they're going to go straight for it once more.
Unicorns of Love got distracted, right? They got a little bit tunnel vision by Nomad Gaming, and that's something that is their own fault, to be perfectly honest. It means that they are going to have to heavily rotate to a different position. Although I'm saying that Canada Power are not going into the location, into the compound, which they held the last game. They got them. The chicken dinners. Perks is in the police vehicle. Gonna look to disengage away, followed by Locke. They will just about manage to survive for now by the skin of their teeth.
Lars makes it through with Perks. Also, I was talking with Lars just before this game. I said to go subscribe to his YouTube channel, so I guess go subscribe to his YouTube channel. I don't know, he puts content out there, so go check it out. I don't know what it is. It might not even be PUBG Mobile content, but definitely go.
Once it's family friendly. If it's family friendly.
If it's on YouTube, I guess it is. At least I hope so, because otherwise you're not in accordance with the TOS, but... Number one, also they got their very own compound. This is the compound in which Dream Eaters were, so it seemed like Dream Eaters are a little bit slower on their rotation point, and they didn't get the compound they would have aimed for, at least that they had on game 2.
Mid-game, Max just starts reading off the YouTube terms of service, you know?
I'm sure it would be made for entertaining content. I'm sure there's a lot of weird stuff in there.
Hey, look, you know, you could say a hell of a lot worse. I know that much, but anyway, UDR killers going for shelter, which you've mentioned that as really not that good of a place to hold on to in the past, right, Max?
Yeah, definitely, because you're so predictable in the way you're going to be peeking out, especially if a team has a direct line of sight on the entry point of the underground. You're going to peek from very predictable angles. You can easily get shut down if the circle gets closer and closer to that specific location. It's a good placeholder. It's a good transition point.
Okay.
It's not a good long-term position to hold on to because it doesn't offer good positions to fight from specifically.
Yeah. No, I would definitely agree with you there. It's similar to how I feel, but Heroes X have actually been eliminated. Indeed, I believe it was Ghost Skillet that took them down, so they're the first team to go down in game 4. And that's not going to be good because Heroes X were in 7th place overall in the standings. They had 77 points. They're around 12 points behind Unicorns of Love in 12th. And that's going to really hurt them in the overall standings coming into the final 2 games. It is actually pretty much going to take them out of the running because when you look at the top 2, Dream Eaters are on 142 and 1218 were on 135. And unless they have 2 absolute bangers in the last 2 games, mathematically, Heroes X have been eliminated.
Big F. Despite the fact that they started still on the first attempt and they were never able to replicate that amount of success as a real deal, they're still going to get engaged upon by Footballist. Rom is down. Very unfortunate to lose him early. He's definitely one of big player of their squad. Now they're getting slowly surrounded. And I got to say, that's something off of Abyss I do enjoy in their playstyle, able to just surround the enemy team and just kind of mess up their playstyle overall. But now for Abyss, they're the ones unfortunately getting delivered a really bad performance. Oh, Lomazin going upstairs. Would definitely not recommend to do that at this stage. Even now, Sockgate alone. And I would say just drive away, my friend. Just completely leave the scene. It's not worth it. As the real deal, they get himself 3 kills through that.
Yeah, the real deal really looking to learn from previous mistakes in the last game. Although the next circle is going to be showing up. Is it going to stay down south? Is it going to dip to the east or maybe go up north? It does actually center up with prison in play. Now, we know that you don't want to go into prison, right, Max? You do not want to go in there. But the hill around it, the high ground, is so valuable and you can use it to your advantage, but it can be incredibly difficult. The fact that it's kind of more on the edge, on the east edge of that circle, can help the likes of the real deal.
I literally just can't wait for ERANGEL 2.0 to come up because it actually makes prison in some way playable and viable to play actually in prison. So ERANGEL 2.0 is going to be definitely really important and interesting to play around. But as NGG, they're going to be forcing towards Goskiller. They're already set up, but now NGG not going to be losing anyone during their rotation. Still got 4 members. Now just going to be pushing Goskiller downhill a little bit. Elon and Aegon not quite willing to take that fight right now head on. But I think that what they're actually trying to set up is actually get different angles so they can actually pressure NGG and not really allow them to use that tree as protection, I guess. But like NGG, they're just not too interested.
Definitely
taking the fight and they're leaving.
We do get Frost is knocked down on the side of Red Reserve. They rotated down on the east coast past the real deal, and Daddy does indeed knock down Frost. That's good coming out from the real deal. We do see 1218 are also on the east side of the circle along with WSK as this fight between Goskilla and NGG is still raging on. NGG going for the safe rotation, a safe disengagement, holding onto the edge of the circle. That means they're going to be able to camp the members of Goskilla. But Aga from a distance with the M4 knocks down a member of NGG, and then Nomad are actually third-partying NGG.
Yeah, NGG in a little bit of a bad spot right now. It was only a shack and a few trees to call home. Not looking good. Also, while that fight's ongoing, even though it's going pretty passive right now, you know NGG were getting gatekeeped by Team 5. They got 3 kills on the members of Team 5, and there's only keys remaining.
Wow, really?
They actually won that, despite the fact that I said, I'm pretty sure they're going to die there. They actually came out on top, surprisingly enough. So you know what? They are definitely coming through a lot this game. They're still ongoing and raging absolute hell upon Nomad Gaming and Goskilla, but that's going to be a nice knockdown from Nomad, despite having only 2 members.
And also, I like the fact that in amongst this fight, Goskilla actually decided to turn around and go, yeah, okay, we're going to get out of there. We'll let you fight amongst yourselves. We're going to find a better position inside the circle. Really nice kind of late game initiative from the members of Goskilla. Much better than what we've seen in the past, but NGG, they're not looking good. Itachi is most likely going to bleed out. Maybe he might be touched by an angel to get revived up. In this case, the angel being the other NGG members.
That's a nice way to put it, I think, in a war game like this.
Hey, look, you know, I like to think of myself as a bit of a poet at times, you know? But,
well,
just me, though. Nobody else thinks it. Just me, you know?
Yeah, yeah. I don't know what to add up on that, to be honest. But I like how Nickel and Aldic are still... I don't think they should be playing aggressive. I don't think they have cars still to rotate away. They really want to take this fight. And if
look
they
at
can
this circle shift. Look at this circle shift.
Ooh.
It's centered up quite nicely. Shelter's in play. Now, you said Shelter isn't really a good place to hold on to. How would the teams react with this circle being in Shelter? Is it a matter of, like, you kind of just choose to go underground and hope for the best?
I mean, if you go underground, it's like a death trap. If teams know you're there and you go underground, once again, predictable, easy shutdown, a few nades. What I even saw a few teams do sometimes in, like, scrims is, like, put a car in front of the out point and you can't actually exit.
There you go.
And you die to the blue zone. That's something that teams can do, even though I'm not thinking they're going to go overly aggressive to just pull that one off, because it's not really worthwhile. But it's definitely, I would say, rotate away from it if you can. But oh my god, Goskilla just going to be rushing. Goskilla going to be losing 2 instantly, and Hackshot is doing some work, and Goskilla, they are going to be normally done out. Aegon is going to be remaining there as he's just going to be pushing through the smoke. And this should be the end of Goskilla. And Goskilla, throughout these games, I got the impression, like, kind of losing their steam, losing their speed, and having a hard time making it through.
Yeah, it was always a tough rotation down on the south side, especially because the circle did shrink up right now as a real deal, just trying to find the last member of Ghost Skillet. You do have 1, 2, 1, 8 kind of third party, but the real deal are prepared as he's ready to clap back. We lose Nomad Gaming. That's actually going to pretty much put them out of the running to climb back up for a World League spot. Bagon in amongst the smoke, trying to confirm the kill before he gets taken out, and he wasn't able to do so. Down goes Gaskilla.
Yeah, that's going to be 14th position for them. Not their best performance as of yet, that's for sure. We're going to be seeing Red Reserve. They're slowly pushing on the position of 1, 2, 1, 8 and the real deal. But the high ground does go somewhat in favor of the real deal. I mean, somewhat. Sorry, of Red Reserve. It's not somewhat, really. It is in their favor for sure. They did lose, unfortunately, Frost, though. Yeah. They lose him very early on the eastern side. But he's the IGL, can still bring and pull his weight in this game.
Exactly. Now, 1, 2, 1, 8 actually wrapped around on the outside of the circle to try and find a better entry point because they didn't want to go up against the real deal. They didn't feel confident. And I like that by 1, 2, 1, 8. Instead of kind of being narrow-minded and going, okay, let's continue on forward, they're going, okay, look, we don't feel comfortable. Let's wrap around. Time was still on their side. They didn't leave it too late. However, there is still Red Reserve in front of them. So it's still not going to be an easy job for the members of 1, 2, 1, 8.
Yeah, it will be a little bit hard for them to get away from that position. But you know what? 1, 2, 1, 8. They want to try and take control. They're going to slowly try and spread out, use some utility, and try and survive as long as they can. Because they're surrounded by 2 teams, the real deal and also by Red Reserve. If the circle does not shift anywhere close to their position, I would say just get into the cars and rotate and avoid getting shut down. You still got a few cars under their control, would be the better way for 1, 2, 1, 8 to do this. But right now, they're going to definitely try and get back as a squad and get forward to that car.
The vehicle that they did put forward was being shot at by the real deal. I don't know if any tires are blown up.
That's the thing.
It certainly is a little bit more damaged as Victor actually prones down. I think he's been a little bit more spotted by the members of 1, 2, 1, 8. The real deal are there. They're waiting. They know they can third party from a fantastic angle as Victor knocks out Tulika. We saw Victor pop off in the previous game. Can he rinse and repeat against 1, 2, 1, 8?
Well, that's a seem that. Oh no, shelter finish maybe. I don't like this too much. Okay, I mean now definitely because it's one of the only positions to hold on to. Now playing shelter is actually viable because it's better than having nothing. It's better than having a tree because having a tree is just even more predictable than coming out of shelter. So now UDR killers can empower. They can hold on to it. NG can actually engage through the underground section. There it is. The fight's going to be ongoing as Red Reserve going for the engagement.
Nice.
And Carnivore going to be going out as 1, 2, 1, 8 will be out in 12th. And Dream Eaters are still in the game. And this is definitely a really, really unfortunate performance for 1, 2, 1, 8.
It is. It wasn't the type of game they needed. It wasn't the result they needed. Although credit where credit is due to Red Reserve, they held on. They didn't go too far forward. They knew the real deal. They knew the real deal were kind of around that south side. And look at this incredible push coming out from these teams. N1 against UDR Killers. Nice one. Halls was knocked down, but Nacho is looking at Pikachu. Pikachu gonna throw out his smoke. Sandro and Mark are looking on the side. There is also the third party from above. That could definitely come into play as Nano to shoot in the opposite direction of N1.
Oh my god, I just saw Holes a few seconds ago just absolutely flying through thin air, and it was such a nice attempt, but unfortunately got shut down instantly by UDR Killers. But I said, like, UDR Killers now a little bit predictable, and they're going to get shot at, and look at that, Vindex in the back, but they get the information first, and they shut him down. UDR Killers are taking control, because they got one of the only points of pressure they can actually use to their advantage, and this is actually so worthwhile. Nacho going to be knocked away. Also, I think number 1 are down to only 1 member. Unfortunately, this is going to be so hard on them. And yeah, Holes has also went down in the open and going to be normally bleeding out in a matter of a few seconds. PRZ left alone as the only member of number 1 in this game. How can he pull it off as Footballist dies out early in 11?
Yeah, we're down to 10 teams, 30 players alive. That's an average of 3 players per team, but there's certainly still a couple of squads that have all 4 members up. UDR Killers, one of the teams with 3 players off. Sandro, Nano, Mark, still trying to hold on, seeing the vehicle, trying to pop off a couple of shots and maybe do a bit of damage onto it. Mark is inside shelter. Did say that could definitely come into play. He parks the vehicle up, but now it's Conina Power rotate through. They have a full squad. WSK are still in this game down on the southeast.
They are just trying to snake their way behind Kunina Power, but I talked about it, right? This is predictable. WSK, if they can push on this high ground position, they could completely mess up Kunina Power, but they need a few nades, especially for Gonzo and Rob Denny. That would be the two members you want to shut down first, and then you can focus down on Eggs and Tixi, and it should be an easy team squad wipeout. But now Dream Eaters, they've been in the blue up north for quite some time. They have to rotate forward, and the blue then will be claiming one line.
Forever from NGG, the Irish got himself looking for the real deal. Irish against Irish, his hack shot is also Irish on the side of the real deal. Ujo is so close to Forever though. In amongst the smokes, he's able to heal up. Will the FPP push come through? As Hackshot gets knocked down by Forever, takes him down, shows him what he's got, show him what he's made of. But there is still Nano around there, could definitely take him out.
Nano and Bujo are both underground.
Oh yeah, sorry.
It's a little bit, I know it can be a little bit weird with the perspective, but they're actually underground and they're avoiding the entire fight. And the circle shifting for Shelter once more. Shelter's we're going to potentially have a Shelter finish. If it does go a little bit down south on the western side, it could be an actual Shelter finish. WSK going exactly for the engagement I was talking about. Yep. It's so easy to engage on these entry points of the underground segment.
Now as Gonzo backs away from a grenade, but look at Tixi. Tixi flies one up, but it doesn't count right now. Only on the member of HSMC, but from an angle, Tixi does indeed get knocked out, and he gets a wipe, but not enough as Kunina Power get taken out.
This is exactly what I was talking about. It's so hard to take fights from this position, especially if you're facing against your entry point. And now this is not looking great, but Unique, they can still potentially push upon UDR Killers. I mean, they haven't moved for the past few minutes, and Team Unique, they had to rotate across the road, but there was so much action happening towards the underground segment. They were just taking control as Unicorns of Love, Dream Eaters all die out. Dream Eaters still extra positioning upon 1-2-1-8. That's still huge W for them because they are still in #1 position.
Oh my absolute goddamn god, they're still Red Reserve. Red Reserve are on the east side, they're outside the circle, but they're away from the madness, right? So all the other players, they're kind of taking each other out. Of course, UDR Killers have indeed gone underground as Forever gets clapped by HMSC. Now we're just down to Rip. Rip is trying to hold on for the members of WSK. Nice play by Frozen of Unique as they get another wipe coming down. Goes NGG.
You know what? NGG going for a team getting gatekeeped by Team 5 and having one of the worst situations early on into coming into 5th position. Yes. That is a huge comeback. It was really not expecting that, you have to say. So still great job from them. If Frozen going to try and go for Kobe. That actually looked pretty decent. A little bit higher up, could have actually got Rip and HMSC off WSK down. But EDR Killers, because so much action is happening around them, they just had to really tumble down in the underground segment. They can't take this fight. They need to wait for the action to end before they start going for the third party.
And here's the thing, if WSK can get this win, this could really catapult them into the potential of getting into the World League spot. It's not going to be easy. They will need to follow it up with another fantastic, with actually 2 more fantastic results in the final 2 games. But to really push things up would be pretty good. HMSC gets taken out. Now Rip is just left standing. Frozen and the members we need trying to push them back. Unique, they don't care. They're already qualified for the World League. They're here for the glory. They've got the guts and they want to try and push down Rip.
Which team is in a worse situation? I'll have to tell you right now, that's UDR Killers. You know Rip is going to be on his own, going to try his best. But you know what? Red Reserve, the circle goes somewhere.
I know, right?
He can just chill and wait for the fight. And Dusky's just, he's got M16. That kind of sucks, but I do have to say, can still pick a really good fight with it. But now Unique, they're trying to start aiming for
don't diss the M16, thank you very much.
You want an AR at this stage. If you're going to take a 1v3 versus Unique, you want an AR. Unfortunately, going for the extra burst is not going to be great with 3 bullets. But there you go. Rip is going to go out. WSK take 4th position. And now Unique, they're going to focalize down on UDR Killers because they're still in the underground. But Sandro, being very smart, went above.
But here's the thing, Sandro now goes above, but does he know that Dusk is there? Is the dust going to settle on the hands of UDR Killers as they are in last place? But like I said, we could see this game going over to a team that are out of the running as Sandro shoots up a Frozen, misses a shot. His position has been exposed. He is trying to give opportunity, but Sandro gets a knockdown on the analysis. But Dust comes in and takes down Sandro.
Oh my god, UDR Killers actually win. They had the worst position. How does it work out? But this is the time to strike, Dusk. You're a 1v1 army right now. He's actually got an AK. This is like the best weapon to go for. He wants to try and flush that. Sandro misses out the flush. He doesn't have, unfortunately, a scope on this one, but he's given too much time to EDR killers. But unfortunately, he can't really push. He does have the circle in his favor. They're going to be in the blue in a matter of seconds, so they're going to have to give up on their position.
True, but what he could do...
Mark got knocked again.
Yeah, because the blue zone's closing. What Dusk could do, he's actually trying to bait the last member of UDR killers, but he can actually wrap around the low side as he tries to find Nano. Could Red Reserve see them take their first chicken dinner of the regional finals? It would be a crown and glory, a fight that they need, and Nano manages to heal up. It's Mano against Mano, Nano against Dusk as he wraps around, trying to confirm the kill on the Sandro. I like the play from Dusk, constantly repositioning.
Yeah, definitely really good. He has to reload. He can't use the M16. It might make him use the 5, but now he's going to try and go for the jump shot. Red Reserve, can they get their first chicken dinner, make the comeback of the century? It will be the case. And Dusk, as a one-man army, makes it happen. Red Reserve finally coming out on top with 28 total points, 8 kills on top of it. Finally, it's been long overdue. Red Reserve waking the hell up.
It only took them 9 goddamn games to get their stuff going.